My father erased my name from the clan registry 3 hours before every member of my family died. At the time, I thought he had destroyed my life. By sunrise, I understood that he had accidentally saved it. My name is Shen Aaron, and I was born into the Shen clan with a spiritual defect that made cultivation almost impossible. Every child in our clan awakened a meridian mark at 13. My older brother awakened a blazing sword. My younger sister awakened a silver phoenix. Even distant cousins gained marks strong enough to earn places in respectable sections. I awakened 5 black circles along my spine. The clan physician called them dead nodes. No chi entered them. No technique stirred them. When I tried to cultivate, the energy in my body vanished as if something inside me had swallowed it. For 6 years, I remained at the first level of body tempering while children half my age passed me. My father stopped introducing me as his son. My brother, Jian, called me hollow back whenever the elders were not listening. Only my younger sister, Lian, still sat beside me during evening meals. She would slip spirit rice into my bowl and whisper, "You are not empty. They just do not understand what you carry." I wanted to believe her. Then the Heavenly Ascension System appeared above the clan altar. It came as a sheet of golden light visible to every blood member of the Shen family. Words burned across it. Heavenly trial detected. Clan qualification confirmed. Reward, complete meridian reconstruction. Ascension seed available. One trial could repair every damaged meridian, strengthen every bloodline, and grant one chosen cultivator an ascension seed. To my clan, it was not merely an opportunity. It was proof that heaven had finally recognized us. The elders sealed the estate. Messengers were sent to recall every blood relative. Branch families arrived carrying children, weapons, and enough tribute to fill 3 storehouses. No one wanted to miss the trial. No one except me was permitted to enter. The qualification ritual required each family member to press a palm against the altar and offer a drop of blood. When Jian touched it, the altar shone crimson. When Lian touched it, silver fire curled around her wrist. When I placed my hand on the stone, the entire altar went dark. The golden system panel flickered. Invalid participant. Unregistered internal structure. Compatibility, 0. Whispers spread through the hall. My father stared at the message as if I had personally insulted the heavens. The first elder demanded that I try again. I cut my palm deeper and pressed it against the altar until blood ran between my fingers. The result did not change. Invalid participant. Then another line appeared. Contaminant detected. The hall became silent. My father pulled me away from the altar. "What have you done?" he asked. "Nothing. Do not lie before the ancestors." "I do not know what it means." Jian laughed from behind him. "It means the dead nodes were never natural." That accusation was all the elders needed. They searched my room and found a black talisman beneath my sleeping mat. I had never seen it before. The talisman carried the mark of the Bone Lantern cult, an enemy faction known for poisoning bloodlines and stealing cultivation foundations. Someone had planted it. I looked at Jian. He did not smile, but he would not meet my eyes. The first elder declared that I had corrupted my own meridians while experimenting with forbidden techniques. He claimed the trial might reject the entire clan if I remained connected to the blood registry. My father had a choice. Delay the trial and investigate the truth, or cast me out immediately so the others could enter. He chose before the elders finished asking. "Bring the registry blade." Lian grabbed his sleeve. "Father, no. Aaron would never betray us." The system called him a contaminant. The system also said it did not understand his internal structure. My father struck her across the face. The sound echoed through the ancestral hall. Something inside me broke more cleanly than any bone. I stopped defending myself. The registry blade was a thin piece of white jade. My father cut his thumb, placed it against my name, and dragged the blood-stained edge through the characters. A thread I had never known existed snapped inside my chest. The ancestral lamps dimmed. My father spoke the formal words. Shen Aaron, you are stripped of name, inheritance, protection, and blood claim. From this moment forward, no fortune of the Shen clan shall recognize you. The elders repeated, no fortune shall recognize you. The system responded. Blood connection severed. Contaminant removed. Trial may proceed. Everyone relaxed. That hurt more than the exile. Lian tried to follow me when the guards dragged me toward the outer gate, but Jian caught her arm. I remember looking back at her. Her cheek was red. Tears filled her eyes. She pressed something into my hand as the guards pulled us apart. A small silver bell from her childhood bracelet. Do not go far, she whispered. I will find you when the trial ends. The gates closed between us. Rain had begun to fall. I had no sword, no food, and no clan name. I walked down the mountain wearing ceremonial robes that offered no warmth. Behind me, bells rang across the estate. The trial was beginning. Golden light rose above the walls and formed a dome around the mountain. I expected triumphal music. Instead, I heard screaming. The first scream belonged to a child. The second came from one of the elders. Then hundreds of voices cried out together. I turned and ran back toward the gate. The golden barrier threw me down the mountain path. A red warning appeared before my eyes. External entity denied. I struck the barrier with my fists. Lian. Shapes moved behind the golden light. At first, I thought the clan members were kneeling. Then I realized thin strands of radiance had descended from the dome and entered their backs. Everyone connected to the Shen blood registry stood frozen beneath those threads. The Ascension trial had not opened a path for them. It had hooked them. The system panel above the estate changed. Clan Foundation acquired. Meridian harvest in progress. Ascension seed germination, 12%. My family had mistaken the word reward. They thought the system would give them an ascension seed. It was using them to grow one. I ran along the barrier, searching for a weakness. Every attempt ended with the same message. External entity denied. I should have fled. The clan had rejected me. My father had chosen power over truth. The elders had watched me lose everything and called it necessary. If I walked away, no one could blame me. But Lian was inside. This is the question I still cannot answer. If the people who betrayed you are trapped by their own greed, do you owe them rescue because one innocent person stands among them? I chose yes. Not for the clan. For my sister. I climbed to the northern ridge, where an old water channel passed beneath the estate wall. The barrier covered it, but the golden light weakened whenever the channel gates opened. I waited until midnight. Inside the dome, the harvest continued. The clan members had stopped screaming. That frightened me more. The system displayed names beside glowing percentages. Shenjian, Foundation Extraction, 61%. Shen Lian, Foundation Extraction, 48%. Shen Patriarch, Foundation Extraction, 83%. The numbers climbed with every breath. When the water gates opened, I threw myself into the channel. The barrier struck me. For one instant, every muscle in my body locked. Then the 5 dead nodes along my spine turned cold. The barrier's energy vanished into them. A message flashed before my eyes. Foreign authority absorbed. Node 1 response detected. The golden light tore open around me. I fell into the estate. If you want us to keep making more stories like this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Azure Inkblade. Now, back to the chapter. The courtyard no longer looked familiar. The buildings remained, but the shadows between them had grown too deep. An enormous root of golden light pulsed beneath the paving stones. Smaller roots stretched into every house, chamber, and cultivation hall. They all led to the ancestral altar. I found my father in the main courtyard. He stood with his arms raised, a strand of light buried in his back. His skin looked pale and thin, but his eyes remained open. When he saw me, his lips moved. Aaron. I approached carefully. Where is Lian? Ancestral Hall. Can you move? No. His gaze shifted toward the 5 black circles beneath my torn robes. The altar was right about you. I did not place the talisman. I know. The words stopped me. My father's eyes filled with shame. Jian confessed when the threads entered us. He planted it because he feared your rejection would cancel the trial. The elders knew he was lying. And you? I suspected. The golden thread tightened. He gasped. You cast me out anyway. I thought I was saving hundreds. You were saving the trial. He had no answer. The system flashed above him. Shen Patriarch, Foundation Extraction, 91%. My father looked at the glowing roots beneath the courtyard. The altar is using the registry. Every name is a path into the body. Sever the registry and the harvest may stop. You severed my name. I cannot command it? No. But you are the only person here the altar cannot control. I could have left him. Part of me wanted to. Instead, I asked, where is the registry blade? With the first elder. I found the elder inside the Hall of Records. He was not trapped like the others. He stood before the clan registry holding the white jade blade. Golden symbols covered his face. You survived, he said. His voice carried another voice beneath it. I understood then. The trial had not fooled the clan by accident. Someone had invited it. The first elder had discovered a damaged system altar years earlier. He had fed it spirit stones, blood, and fragments of forbidden scripture until it awakened. The bone lantern talisman had come from his collection. Jian planted it, but the first elder had given it to him. You promised us reconstruction, I said. I promised ascension. You are killing the clan. I am refining it. Hundreds of weak branches will become one flawless root. And who receives the seed? He smiled. The golden symbols across his face brightened. Ascension host identified. The first elder raised the registry blade. Every stolen foundation was flowing toward him. I attacked before he finished speaking. He struck me once. The blow shattered the floor beneath my feet. I crashed through 2 shelves and felt ribs crack. The first elder had been at the peak of foundation establishment before the trial. Now hundreds of cultivation bases burned inside him. I was still a failed body tempering disciple. He crossed the room before I could stand and pressed his hand against my throat. You were always a flaw, he whispered. The altar could not read you because your meridians lead nowhere. He poured golden chi into me. He expected it to destroy my organs. The energy vanished. One of the black circles along my spine opened. Not physically. Something deeper unfolded inside it. The first elder jerked back. Node 1 awakened. Function, devour false authority. The golden symbols on his hand peeled away and flowed into my body. He screamed and released me. For the first time in my life, the emptiness inside me did not feel like failure. It felt hungry. I grabbed his wrist. The awakened node pulled. Golden light tore from his arm. The stolen foundations resisted, twisting through him like a nest of trapped serpents. He struck my chest again, but the second node opened. Node 2 awakened. Function, trace stolen path. Suddenly, I could see every connection. Hundreds of golden threads led from the first elder to the clan registry. Each name on the scroll connected to a living person. Each living person fed the seed forming in his core. I could not overpower him. I did not need to. I only needed to cut the right thread. I let him drive his palm into my shoulder so I could reach the registry blade hanging from his belt. My fingers closed around the jade. He realized my plan and slammed me against the registry table. You cannot sever them, he said. The registry recognizes only the patriarch. Then why did you keep the blade? His expression changed. That was my answer. I cut through the first elder's name. The hall shook. The golden threads inside him snapped at once. Power erupted from his body and raced back through the registry. He collapsed, suddenly old, weak, and empty. But the harvest did not stop. The system had already rooted too deeply. Ascension seed germination, 94%. I stared at the hundreds of names. There was no time to cut them individually. So I raised the blade over the entire registry. The first elder laughed from the floor. Destroy it, and they lose everything. Blood protection. Inheritance rights. Ancestral techniques. The Shen clan will cease to exist. He was right. The registry was not only a list of names. It held every oath, title, and spiritual inheritance our ancestors had built. Saving the family meant destroying the clan. I thought of my father choosing the trial over me. Then I thought of Lian pressing a silver bell into my hand. I brought the blade down. The registry split from top to bottom. Every ancestral lamp went dark. Across the estate, the golden threads shattered. The dome above the mountain cracked. Power rushed out of the altar in a silent wave. Windows burst. Roof tiles lifted. The golden roots beneath the stone turned black and dissolved into ash. Ascension seed germination failed. Clan foundation lost. Host connection terminated. The first elder screamed as the system symbols vanished from his face. I ran to the ancestral hall. Lian lay beside the altar, barely conscious. Jian was near her, too weak to rise. Dozens of relatives filled the chamber, all breathing, all alive. Lian opened her eyes when I reached her. You came back, she whispered. You told me not to go far. I helped her sit up. My father entered behind me, leaning against the doorway. He looked older by decades. Every member of the clan had lost most of their cultivation. Some would recover. Many would never return to their former realms. The Shen clan's ancestral techniques were gone. Its blood protections were broken. Its alliances collapsed within days. The elders blamed me. They said I should have found another way. My father did not defend them. He knelt before me in the ruined hall. I cannot restore the name I took from you, he said. I do not want it. The answer hurt him. I was glad it did. Lian chose to leave with me. Jian asked for forgiveness. I told him forgiveness was not the same as trust, and I had none to give him yet. We walked down the mountain together at sunrise. Behind us, the Shen clan survived without power, status, or certainty. Ahead of us waited a world ruled by sex, monsters, forgotten systems, and paths no ordinary cultivator could see. I thought the story had ended. Then a new message appeared before my eyes. False Ascension Protocol destroyed. Hidden Meridian Network recognized. 5 void nodes detected. The black circles along my spine began to burn. One after another, ancient locks broke inside me. And all 5 missing nodes opened their eyes. The Heavenly Ascension System had rejected me because I was defective. The truth was far worse. It had rejected me because something older was already living inside my path. Something the false system had been built to imprison. Something that now knew my name. For more cultivation, hidden systems, and dangerous ascension paths, continue into Heavenly Ascension System by Azure Inkblade on Royal Road and YouTube.